All right.
Like here, and you were like, it's closer. It's
All
right
right.
in the middle. Like right in the middle.
He's right. He always screws up the intro. It never fails. Doesn't matter what the fuck it is. You'll
That's
find
our
a way to
calling
fuck it
card.
up. It's unbelievable. It's our calling
It's our calling card.
Welcome back to the sack. We had the last week off. I'm not going to go into why. It's just too long and convoluted. The redoubtable one himself, Tom, is the highly questionable argument reaction.
Is there a reason?
Segment 1. I don't know what the reason was. Bad weather. I don't know what the fuck
Dude,
it was.
you've been
Aloof.
pretty down since
Aloof.
since Boston lost, and I've been down since I was born.
I've been angry. There's a difference between down and angry. But anyway, segment 1. There's two
sorry.
finals going
You were
on.
angry.
We'll get the easy one out of the way. Right now it's 5-1 Vegas over Florida. They're about to go up 2-0. It looks like in that series. Part of me was rooting for Florida. I'll say this because you always want to think, and he
We're
disagrees with me.
starting with hockey?
No, listen. This
What
is
the
good.
fuck?
We're getting this out of the way right now. You let me finish. First of all, we've done right now if you stopped interrupting me.
It was a fucking curveball.
What
I didn't even know who you were talking about.
What I was
like,
saying was
Vegas.
I was rooting for Florida. I was trying to. But you know what? The last 2 weeks, these fans down in Florida don't know their place. Instead of being happy they fucking got there, they're acting like they have a ticket every year for both the NBA. So fuck Florida. Fuck everything about them. I hope they both lose now, okay? They have changed. They have swayed me, all of them. So anyway, I hope you go down 2-0. Fuck you. Eat a dick, all right? Now.
Dude, if we're talking about DeSantis, yeah, fuck Florida.
Fuck Florida.
Fuck Florida.
I'm done with it. So anyway,
DeSantis.
The
Hate
NBA
it. I hate
Finals.
everything you do.
just when we thought that Miami had run into the last stupid team left, the Celtics, Denver, who literally did what the Celtics did, had an 8-point lead going into the fourth quarter at home and
Blew it.
Just blew it. Now,
Dude, though, there's got to be something to it, okay?
well,
Because
it keeps happening.
it keeps happening,
Yeah.
and it's like, we really haven't given Miami too much credit.
Apparently, we're not the only ones
Right.
because
somehow every team is falling for this shit.
I mean, this is the best acting since Tom Hanks in Philadelphia. I got to tell you, and there's others that I'm missing. Obviously Anthony Hopkins. Silence of the Lambs, unbelievable performance. Jack Nicholson, Few Good Men. And you go, there's a few. I'm sure he's got a few up his sleeve. But what this Miami Heat team is doing right now, whoo. Unbelievable. Tom Hanks meets Marlon fucking Brando. Holy shit. So they are 1-1 going back to South Beach. I don't know if anyone outside of South Beach really cares. And
Denver.
Denver. They care.
They care.
And, we said that we would like to see Denver because Denver's never won a championship. In fact, Denver's never been to the finals. Ever. Miami's got 3 championships. They've been to a few. They've been there recently. In the last 20 years, Miami's been there a lot, actually. So they've kind of become a threat, an annual threat. So we shouldn't, if you think about the big picture, we shouldn't be surprised by this. Now, I did say during the Knicks series that the Miami Heat were not an 8th seed. They were banged up all year, and if they were healthy all year, they would not have been an 8th seed. Does that mean I thought they should beat the Celtics? No, we had the Celtics in 5. I thought they'll take their head out of their ass, but they didn't. But now, Denver wins game 1, and kind of a laugher. I mean, they were up 20 most of the game. Miami makes a late run.
Dominated.
They literally dominated, and Jokic did it on 5
Start
shots.
to finish.
They toyed with them, basically. So, and maybe that was the problem. Maybe it was too easy because for whatever reason, they got up 8, and I don't know why they thought this team was going to fold when that's not Miami's MO. They don't fold.
But wasn't Miami up 15 early in that game, too?
They're up in the first quarter. I don't know how much they were up by, but they were up.
I thought I heard they were up 15, then down 8.
Yeah,
The
Denver.
third quarter ended down 8
Yeah.
because I was listening on the radio driving
It-
back from Fred.
Denver had caught them midway through the second quarter and ended up being up by like 6 or something or whatever it was that they have. And they got it to like 8. At one point, they had double-digit lead in the third quarter, but it was 8, which is where
8
it's
at the end of the
solid.
third quarter.
8 at the end of the third quarter. You're right where you want to be, right? But now you got to put your foot down and crush the windpipe. And that's did for again. I don't know what the hell Denver was doing.
Duncan Robinson went off, right?
Well, yeah, he
Didn't
did.
score like 8 or 10 points?
He did. What it looked like Miami did is what Golden State did. I think somebody brought this up, actually. I don't remember. But I saw the thing when I was watching this game was I was thinking back to last year when Golden State beat Denver. But now, 2 reasons. Murray and Porter Jr. didn't play. They didn't play in the series. So Jokic was kind of left to face those 3 on his own. And while he had a great...
They were both hurt?
They were both out. They didn't play in that series last year. And I told everybody that if Denver had been healthy last year, they would have beaten Golden State. But what it seemed to me in the fourth quarter was Miami made the decision that, okay, we're going to see if this guy can beat us by himself. And we're going to shut everybody else down and leave him one-on-one and not help. And while he put up 41, everybody else got shut down. Now, they made a late run to tie. That last possession was kind of weird on the execution part of it. But
You mean
Denver's?
Jamal Murray with the step back three?
Yeah.
What would you have liked to see?
Well, I thought that I necessarily didn't want him to take it.
Yeah, no, but
I just thought it was
what
very...
do you think the right shot would have been, or the right...
Well, if you're open and you're a shooter like him, okay. But I just don't... Jokic was hot. Jokic was hot. I mean, he was white hot. It was just like,
so what's the best way to get Jokic a three, then, in that situation?
Honestly, what he should have done was you set a big to guard screen so the guard goes to you make them switch. So even if he has a guy on him, it's a guard and he can shoot over them. Because if they get under him, he can still get that shot off over him if they're looking for the three.
Right.
To me, that would have been what I would have done with it. And again, Murray's a great shooter.
That's what I mean.
I'm not saying Murray shouldn't have shot it. I'm just saying that there was...
If you had to pick.
If I had to pick, and Jokic was hot on top of it. He was playing really well. So at that point... again, this is the Larry Bird fan in me because I knew where that ball was going when he was playing, and everybody in the world knew where it was going. Same thing with Michael, all the greats. And Jokic is he's not there yet, but he's won back-to-back MVPs. He's not there, but he's ascending that way. So
and now the way this year is ending, he probably should have won three.
Honestly, yeah, because Jokic, Embiid.
I know it's a regular season award, but you see the way this season is ending.
I mean, Embiid came on in the last 6 weeks of the season and won that award. I'm not going to deny that. But
he
in the playoffs,
he wasn't great.
In the playoffs, Jokic has been the far better player.
Yeah.
It's not even close. And this is really the first time Denver's been challenged. Denver basically walked through 3 series. They haven't been challenged yet. Yeah, so this is the first. We're going to find out something about Denver in Game 3. And I'm not saying – I still think Denver's going to win this series because they're a very good road team too. At the end of the day, Denver has a problem Miami can't solve. And all Denver has to do is – and this is where I got mad at the Celtics.
You don't think they solved it?
Miami can't solve that problem. If Denver does this right, they've got 3 guys, not one, 3 guys that they can take any guy, and all you do is find the matchup.
Right.
That's all you got to do. And Miami can't do a damn.
Just
isolate that person on the block, and there's nothing Miami can do about it.
So you're talking Jokic,
Porter Jr. and Gordon, who did like 12 points in the first quarter doing that. And that's when Denver – Aaron Gordon.
Oh, yeah.
Who's 6'10". I mean –
I didn't realize how big that dude was.
He's a big motherfucker.
He started backing those dudes down.
You're like, holy shit.
He backed down Caleb Martin, and Caleb Martin looked real small.
He looked real small. So Denver, for whatever – now, Jokic got hot. Now, here's the thing about what Miami did. At the end of the day, even though Miami made that adjustment, there's still the whole you're bigger than them. So even if Miami wants to die, Aaron Gordon can still walk whoever's guarding him down the block. There's nothing Miami can do about it. Yeah. Porter Jr. can still walk whoever he wants to, and there's nothing they can do about it. So why they went away from that, I don't know. Because if you want to break Miami's back, that's how you break Miami's back.
Yeah, just beat them slow.
Just beat them slow inside, and they'll panic and start forcing shots more, and that's when you got them over a barrel. But Denver didn't do that. They were like, Jokic got hot, Miami, and now he was away from the basket. He did both. But the thing is, all right, you're going to score all the points. And all Denver had to do, because you don't got to pick there. You just got to bring him out and then walk whoever one you want down there, Gordon or Porter, and there's nothing they can do about it. So why Denver went away from that, I have no idea, but that's how they controlled all of Game 1. It was a laugher because Miami couldn't do a damn thing about it. And last I checked, they didn't add 3 7-footers in the last, did they? In the last 3 days? So what the hell is Miami going to do about it? There's nothing they can do about it.
They must have changed defensively, though.
Denver changed. Denver changed. Yeah, Denver did. Because Jokic got hot, so they kept feeding him, which I get why they did. But while they were doing that, everybody else was not doing anything. And that's a problem. And that's how they were able to come back. Because at the end of the day, if Denver plays that style, they could literally score every time down. And there's nothing Miami can do but foul out. And that's how you beat Miami. You foul them. They can't match. Their front line can't match up with this. Never mind their bench. You get into their bench and they're done. They're all done. They're all freaking done. And at some point, Jimmy Butler has to go down there.
Their bench has been doing good.
They didn't run them off the three-point line.
Duncan Robinson?
They shot 50% from the 3 again. And they were open. This is where the coach jumped in their shit
Dude, Malone went after his players.
He should have, because they left. These guys were wide open. These guys were. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? The only way they can come back is the way they came back. Mm-hmm. And it was almost like Denver forgot that's the only way they come back and left them open. It was like,
But
what are you
why
doing?
is that? That has happened against the Knicks. That happened against the Celtics. And now in this game, it happened against the Nuggets. How? Why?
Because of how easily and how poorly they shot in game one. I think Miami thought, well, they can't do that to us. Well, now you know that they can.
Miami thought they
I mean, Denver thought they're not going to do that to us. They shot so horrible. But the reason they were horrible is because you kept going inside, pounding the piss out of them offense, and then you were manning them up on defense and making them shoot contested shots over taller players. That's what they were doing.
Yeah.
And the defense. He's right about the defense. If they had just played defense, it probably wouldn't have mattered because Jokic was scoring. They stopped playing defense. They just stopped. These guys were getting. The weird thing was, as the game went along, they were getting more open and more open. It was supposed to go the other way around. It went the opposite way. And to Miami's credit, they didn't quit because they're not going to quit. So it's 1-1 going back to South Beach.
SB.
All Denver has to do is get one of those two, and I'm sure they will. Because Miami can't sustain this. I refuse to believe. Until I see another team besides Golden State do this for 4 games, I'm not going to believe it. Because I don't think they can shoot as well as Golden State. So I just don't. Yeah. And defensively, they're worse. So, meaning that they can't match up with this team. If Denver just stops fucking around, they can still win this thing in 5. If Denver can go.
How did Adebayo do last night?
He was
good, right?
He was. He didn't. Jokic outplayed him. He didn't outplay Jokic.
Of course.
He was. Let me see.
Didn't he have some points at the end?
He did. I forget what his. Hold on, I have it right here. I'll just get his overall number.
His overall numbers.
His overall numbers. The box
That's right.
score.
Overall,
the overall performance. 21 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. He was 8 of 14. He was efficient.
I mean, that's a pretty good game for him.
He had 3 turnovers. He was a plus 17. Vincent again, this guy Gabe Vincent. People forget who he is. He had 23 points.
Gabe Vincent.
Butler 21. Butler didn't play well. Butler was 7 of 19. Kevin Love 6 points. Duncan Robinson got 10 off the bench, to your point. And Kyle Lowry, that guy we love to hate, got 9 again. And Miami was 17 for 35 from the 3, 48%. Denver was 11 of 28. That was the difference right there. 6 more threes. That's what it was. Denver still shot good from the field, 52%, but Miami was 48%. And then the other thing was Denver 13 turnovers, Miami 11. So Denver lost the turnover battle. Look, if I'm this coach, you're ripping them on defense. First of all, that's the one way they can beat you.
What did the coach say again?
He got on about the defense. They were like, this team's not going to quit. You got to bury them. And it looked like he says defensively we let up.
It said
because we were still
something
scoring.
Like guys looked like they were feeling sorry for themselves for missing shots or something like that.
I hope that's not the case.
He said that. He said that. Right. I was like, damn, kid's going after him.
It's the finals. If you're going to go after him, now's the time.
Yeah, but as a coach, so would you do that in public or would you do that behind the scenes?
You're in the finals. The fact that it even has to be
you would do it both?
I'd do both. Mm-hmm. I'd first do it in public.
So you go rip the players, and then
because
honestly, when you get in front of the
there is no. I'll tell you why.
This is what I fucking said.
I'll tell you why you can do this because there's no excuse for lack of effort in the NBA finals, or any championship setting. Effort should never be a question.
That's what you feel this was?
Effort? Defense is effort. That's all it is.
No, but you're saying
they let up.
They let up.
They let up on defense. Yeah, these shots. If you watch that fourth quarter, I can't believe how open they were on some of these shots. I was like, it looked like a regular season game. Mm-hmm. So I'm watching it going, what the fuck are they doing? Like, did they understand this team did this like 3 times already? Like, what are you not looking at the tape? Like, so I mean. And look, I understand human nature, and this technically is Denver's first trip to the finals. Miami is the more experienced team here. Let's be honest, they are. Miami's been to 3 or 4 finals in the past 10 years. These guys have never been in one ever in the history of their franchise. Yeah. So, chalk it up to that, because I don't believe Denver's going to slip like that again, defensively speaking. But offensively, they should drop 120 on these guys in their sleep, just by playing the post game. And it's literally like, who wants to score on this possession? Because there's nothing Miami can do about it. There's nothing. There's nothing. Who wants it? Who hasn't got a?
Who wants it?
Who wants it? So I mean, unless Miami wins both of these games in South Beach, Denver's going to win this series. How long are they going to drag it out? I would like to think that this was their one hiccup. And by the way, they also hadn't lost at home in 66 days.
Yeah, that's a big fucking
They were
win for
there,
Miami.
so they had not. They were due for a stinker, I guess, because that's 2.5 months.
That was a nice win for Miami.
It was a great win for Miami because it's a series now. If Miami went down 2-0, this thing's over, probably in 5.
Done.
But now there's a chance this goes 6, maybe even 7. Who the hell knows? But Miami's got this, got them in a
I think
position where
7, the Nuggets are in trouble.
the Nuggets are in trouble. Yeah, because you don't want to. You don't want. No, Denver doesn't have that experience. Miami's been in 3 Game 7s. Denver's been in none. So it's just like, look at the thing is, Denver is the better team, just like the Celtics were. Denver just needs to play smart. If they play smart, they can. But Denver can go down there and win both games. They literally can come back up 3-1 and end this. They can do this. They literally are that. They can do it. It's just a question of when you get them down again, don't take your foot off the gas. I can't believe I'm saying this to professionals, but it seems like with Miami, and look, that's not fair to Miami because they keep fighting back too. It's a two-way street. It's one, they take your foot off the gas, but the opponent has to have something where they're not going to quit. And there's something to be said for that. Miami never quits. Say what you want about them. That team doesn't know what that word means, and that's the biggest reason why they're here. It just is.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and
Yeah,
Denver,
those dudes play hard.
They
the
play
entire
hard.
Fucking game.
They're
Every
like
game.
they just like we still got time. We still got time. We still got time. They don't know what that word means, and their coach is a great coach because he instilled that in him. So that's the thing. Like they're
They
not.
also have those type of players too.
They do. They got dogs.
Like those guys come with that. Come with that philosophy. Like I'm not gonna give you a fucking inch.
They're lunch pail guys.
Ever.
They're lunch pail guys.
Kyle
Yeah.
Lowry.
Yeah, he's lunch pail.
Like
He's dirty lunch pail, but he's lunch pail.
I mean, I get pissed at him a lot,
yeah,
but
he's great.
I would like him on my team.
I think a lot of people like
Yeah.
Kyle Lowry on their team because he's not going to quit.
Yeah, as a bench player.
Yeah, and he's got a ring too for a
Yeah.
reason because that's the way he played when he was in his
The
prime.
role he's playing right now.
Yeah.
That's every team needs.
Yeah,
that.
every team needs a guy like him. So Denver better get serious and literally just take Game 3 right away. Don't fuck around. Give these guys hope. Take Game 3 and then put the stomp on their neck because I really think I'd be shocked if Denver doesn't win both games. Down there because I think Denver is just far. They have a problem Miami can't solve, and it's an easy execution of that.
Okay, but here's my thing.
Even against the zone, it can do it. You can do it.
So here's my thing. If Miami wins now, you have to say you're shocked.
I would be. I'm
Because
shocked
we
they
keep
won
say-
game.
'cause
I'm
we
shocked
keep
they won
saying-
game 2.
Right, we keep saying that. But you open this by saying we shouldn't be shocked. We shouldn't be surprised by this.
No, because we knew Miami was not gonna roll over. What I'm surprised at is Denver forgot that.
I understand.
That's what I'm shocked
But I'm
at.
saying
I'm not shocked at what Miami did. I'm shocked at how Denver let it happen. How Denver was like, oh, they're done.
No, but if Miami does that, they win.
Yeah. And if you've watched the tapes, you have
You're saying
Denver
we shouldn't be shocked by this anymore. So I'm saying
I'm shocked.
if they win the next 2,
I'll be shocked if they do that.
but you shouldn't be shocked anymore.
Should be.
No. Miami is proving that they can fucking knock teams off of their fucking game.
Well, they can lull
Like,
you to
there's
sleep.
something they are doing
They
to
can
teams.
lull you to sleep.
It's something they're doing to teams. It's not just
they're
the
telling you
team
another
forgetting. Miami is doing something to these teams.
Well, last night,
Trapping them. And
defensively,
fucking-
they just said, Jokic, go ahead.
That's
what they did.
That's an interesting
And,
concept.
well, but here's the thing. Miami was onto something.
Yeah.
Because right now, Denver, when he scores 40 in the playoffs, they're 0-4. So Miami is studying their tapes.
No, it's-
you know what?
it's
Maybe we
smart.
should just let him do and see what they.
Right.
Because you know when he does this, they struggle for whatever
If
reason.
we all run at him, he's going to have 10 assists and 12
he'll
rebounds.
kill us.
Yeah.
What if when he gets the ball, we just back off and shut everybody else down?
You score.
Yeah.
Score, Jokey.
Uh-huh.
Score, Mr. Joker.
Because he's now 0-4. They're 0-4 in the playoffs this year when
That's
that
weird.
happens.
So, all right. So let's discuss this.
That's a trend.
Okay. So he gets 41.
Yeah.
So why does that hurt their overall offense, though?
He took
Like,
20.
break it down.
I'll tell you why. In game 1,
Okay.
he took, I think, 14 shots.
Okay.
Everybody was in double digits.
And what? He had 30 points,
He
right?
had 30, 27, 14, and 13.
Okay. On how many shots?
On like 14 or 15.
14 shots.
Okay, so here's what happened. Okay. He takes 28 attempts.
Jeez.
The next
Double.
guy,
Double.
28 shots. The next guy, Jamal Murray, 15. 13 less, Jamal Murray, who was the leading scorer in game 1. After that, the next guy off the bench, this guy Brown, 9.
Bruce Brown.
Bruce Brown, 9 shots. So 28, 15, and then nobody else in the starting lineup was double digit. It was Brown off the bench with 9.
So what did Jokic shoot from
16 of 28. He shot well. He had 41 points.
Yeah.
So, but he made most of his free throws. He had 11 rebounds, 4. Still had a great game. 11 rebounds, 4 assists. 4.
See, so I guess here's the thing. Every time so many times when he gets an assist, it's a 3-pointer.
Yeah, but when they get a triple-double, when he gets, they're undefeated.
I know, but think about that. It seems to me so many times when he gets an assist, it leads to a 3-pointer, right? Mm-hmm. So if he gets double digits assists,
unless it's one of the big guys inside,
right? But doesn't it feel like most of his assists are
no? The game one, it was all inside. He had 5 assists to Gordon in the first quarter alone.
Well, those weren't assists. Gordon was driving in.
No, he was posted up and he threw it into him. He went up and dunked it or laid it in.
So
those are assists.
Whenever I see his assists, he's cross-courting to fucking Jamal Murray for a 3-pointer.
He does those too. But I'm saying that in the first quarter of game one, everything was inside the paint. Everything.
Okay, but all right, let's say half of his assists are for 3-pointers. Do you think that's accurate?
No, I think it's less than that.
Less than that?
Yeah, because Denver's done this with everybody.
Because what I'm trying
They
to
wore
do,
LA down
but what I'm
somewhere.
trying to do is understand where the points went.
Well, if
You
you're
know what
not,
I'm saying?
I'll tell
Because-
you, if you're not shooting, here's what happens. Michael Porter Jr. 2 for 8. That's bad. 5 points.
That's real bad.
Gordon only had 12 points, and he did it all in the first half. He had 5 of 7 shooting. Didn't take a shot in the second half. Gordon, and he had 12 at the half. Okay. Jeff Green, who was also doubled, he took 1 shot the whole game. Jeff Green, in 16 minutes. That's why. So these guys who ended up, they shot 52%, but largely that was because of Jokic going 16.
So what should he have done? I mean, if they're asking him
What
to
Denver
score,
should have done was keep walking the other 2 guys down the post. Because here's the thing: those guys are shooters too. So you want to. Part of the way is to start this problem is to get their shooters in foul trouble too, because they're not going to be on the floor. So make them play defense. If one guy's doing all the scoring, these Miami shooters don't got to worry about nothing. Just they're not playing defense anyway. They're standing there resting. That's the other problem. They're standing there resting. They're not playing defense. They're not running around.
Jokic
They're watching him,
around.
and they run down fully rested, and they're jacking threes. Okay, they're doing all the work on offense, nothing on defense. Denver needs to make all of these guys work on defense. By doing that, you got 3 post players in the starting lineup, and then you have this awesome guard Murray who can run them to death off screens. You got to get back to that damn offense, and stay with it for the whole damn game. If you do that, you'll break Miami's back. You will, because they're either going to get in foul trouble or they're going to be tired. They're not going to have their legs. They're going to be running around off 5 screens playing defense, or in the post trying to guard a bigger guy, which is not going to happen.
tired legs always impact shots.
First thing that goes is when your shot is your legs. When your legs are gone, your shot's gone. I don't care what your form is. If you don't have any legs, your shot is Memorex. It's
And
over.
if you have no shot, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't
what
matter
the fuck
anyway.
your legs are
Doesn't
doing.
matter anyway. The bottom line is, if you think
That's
about
like
it,
me. I can be
Miami's
tired, I can
when
be-
Miami
I can
made
be
their
fully
run. If
fresh.
you think about what happened in that fourth quarter, when Miami made their run, they didn't have tired legs because they didn't play defense the whole fourth quarter. Only guy playing defense was the guy guarding Jokic. Said, "Go ahead, let him fuck. It doesn't matter. Don't matter. You're not shooting 3." And that was Bam Adebayo, who's not shooting threes. Okay, the other 4 guys though, they're just sitting there resting for 24 seconds every time. And
Yeah,
they come down.
Bam's in good shape.
Yeah, Bam's in good shape, but Bam made him work. Bam had 21 points, but his shooters were all rested because they didn't have to guard nobody because Jokic had the ball the entire fourth quarter. And that's what happened, because that's the biggest reason why Miami came back, because their shooters were rested. They weren't in the game one. They were gassed. They made one run late in the game, but they were gassed because Denver warmed down.
How close did they even get in game 1?
9.
Yeah, they couldn't really.
Denver kind of took the
They
foot of the
couldn't break
gas then
through.
too. They couldn't break through.
Yeah.
But Denver was so far ahead.
I know.
It was like, where are they? They just couldn't even see them in the rearview mirror. So
Where'd they go?
if Denver just gets back to that and wears down Miami shooters on the defensive end, they'll win. They'll win. I'm not saying they'll blow them out, but they'll win.
How much? Okay, this is a saying I can't stand when I hear it, but I'm gonna say it.
Oh Lord, here we go.
So how much of this really is the fact that it's just a make or miss league, as they say? Like, does it just come down to like, hey, y'all missed your shots?
I've seen teams shoot poorly and win because they played great defense and they made the other team.
So
work for
why do
them.
people say it's a make or miss league?
Those are lazy people who don't understand. I'll tell you what. Those are the people that think.
But I've heard a lot of people say that.
They didn't used to say that,
I know.
but now because the game's a 3-point game, that's why they're saying that.
But what does that mean?
You make your threes, you win. You miss them, you lose. That's what it means. And all the teams that say that, look where they are in 3. I never heard Denver say that.
But I mean, it's bigger than that, right? Just in the fact that, like,
Defense.
but also, like, it depends on what kind of threes.
Last year, when the Celtics made their run, their staple was defense. They could have an off shooting night and still win. This team this year couldn't do that.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it. They only did it one time. And by the way, they played great defense that night, which is why they did it. They were 7 for 35 from 3, but they locked Miami down on defense, and they didn't do that all year. It was all about talent and out shooting people. They locked Miami down, which really pissed you off because you knew they had it in them
Was
to do
that
it.
the game they beat them by a wide margin?
Yeah, game 3. And game 4, the same thing. They locked them down on defense. As you know, those two games they shot really well. No, games
5 and 6.
Game 4 and 5.
4 and 5.
They played defense too, but they shot well. They did both. Game 6 they shot terrible, but they still played great defense and they won at the buzzer. That's why they were still in that game. They only had 103 points.
But is that what they mean by it's make or miss? Because you can play great defense, but if you miss your shots, you're not going to win.
They did win though.
I know, but they won by the skin of their.
They missed free throws.
Ace.
If they made free throws, it wouldn't even have been close. They missed 5 free throws in the second half. That's terrible.
I just don't understand why everybody says it's a make or miss league.
It's because it's a small ball. The league has become. Look, Jokic and Embiid and Giannis really are. They're the anomaly. They're not the norm anymore. The league is a bunch of shooters, wings and threes. That's what it is. It's like a fucking side dish in a fucking barbecue joint. All the wings and the threes, please. It's like that's what it is. That's fucking what it is now. That's the whole fucking league, except for Jokic and Embiid and really Embiid. And I'm really praying for Jokic to win this championship because I want it to go back the other way. I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of watching teams jack 45 threes a game. It's fucking boring. It's like, are you kidding me? Boring. And they pull up and they shoot it from 35. I don't care if it is Dame Lillard. That's fucking ridiculous.
Okay, so
it's like that's what really? Come on.
So at the same time we say it's boring, I did see one of the greatest games of basketball I've seen in a long time, though, in that Boston series. I'm saying that was such a great fucking game. Game 6, Celtics Heat. And I know at the same time I've watched so many of those games where they just fucking.
It was a great game because Boston took their foot off the gas again.
No, I know,
which was their undoing.
I know, but I'm saying it was still a great game to watch.
If it didn't end like that, you wouldn't have said that. You'd be like, "What a choke." You said, what a fucking choke. Another double-digit lead in the fourth quarter, you fucking dumbasses blew it again. That's what you would have been saying had Derek White not made that play.
No, I would have been very disappointed.
You just said they fucking blew it again. They blew both. In game 1 and 2 in Boston, they had double-digit leads in the fourth quarter. They lost both games. It was the same thing all over again. Yeah. Talk about stupid in all one series. That's how fucking stupid the Boston Celtics are. I didn't want to talk about them. Like, we get off that, please.
It's still a great
fucking
game.
Losers.
I'm just saying it was a great game.
Fuck
game
you,
6.
You're still fucking losers. Fuck you. Any
game
event,
6 is a great game. That's all I'm saying.
It was only a great game because those dumbasses took their foot off the gas again.
Well, thank you for taking your foot off.
Thank you for being the dumbasses that you are.
One of the best endings I've ever seen.
And that nice no-show in Game 7.
That was weak.
Then to double down. Now you know we're gonna have the whole world talking about this Game 7, this epic, historic comeback. Hey, are you taking the night off?
Could you at least give somebody a call and tell us you're not going to show up?
Yeah, so we could not watch the game.
Don't do a no-call, no-show. Like, don't just.
That's terrible.
At least come to the podium and say, we're not going to show up.
You know what? Do something else tonight, boys and girls. This ain't going to
show up for this.
This ain't going to be pretty.
We know you've been invested.
And the celebrities? Oh, my God. By the way. So anyway.
What? Who do you want to call out?
Well, I want to take this moment because I didn't want to go there, but since you went there, I'm going to do this anyway. I want to congratulate both the Boston Celtics and the Boston Bruins for becoming the first teams in the same season, in the same building, in different sports, to lose Game 7s at home to a lower seed, to an 8th seed.
That hurts.
You made history. You embarrassed
that hurts.
and humiliated two of the most loyal fan bases in all of sports. That is the 22-23 season for the Boston. They embarrassed their fans. Embarrassed and humiliated their fans. Just fucking embarrassed them. Both of you. You both should fucking hide your head in shame. Everywhere you go, you should be ridiculed. No one should buy you a drink.
Dude,
no one should fucking do a thing. You fucking embarrassed two of the most loyal fan bases in all of sports. And both of you should have won the title.
And it takes a lot.
For two teams.
To embarrass those motherfuckers.
Yes, we can't be embarrassed.
To embarrass them?
To embarrass us?
Do you understand the depths of the soul that you have to touch to embarrass
you have to, first of all, you have to imply there is one. There is a soul.
That's true. How can you be embarrassed, you soulless scum?
Because what I am at my core is a historian, and I love history. Well, when I look at the historical
He's
facts,
a scumbag historian.
This is the only way you can
Without
get to
a soul.
This is the only way you can get to a guy like me. Is you have to do something historic, which you fucking dickheads both did. Okay, you embarrassed. Not only you embarrassed. Poor Patrice Bergeron, who should be. And I said,
Poor little Bergeron.
Oh, that guy, dude. He played a game 6 of Stanley Cup, with a punctured lung and a broken rib. This is the guy you fucking buffoons let down.
Believe me, I know you love him. I spelled his name wrong, and you almost took my head off.
I should have.
It's B-E-R.
That's right, Bergeron. Anyway, between you and the green idiots that share the building with you, you two you embarrassed and humiliated your fan bases. Meditate on that these 6 months. And I swear to God, the next fucking pink cat goes, why can't you just, they can't win it every year. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you and fuck you.
Dude.
No one said they could win it every year, Tom. No one said that.
Did you hear Perkins talking about it?
That dumb motherfucker. He needs to shut the fuck up.
No, he was saying the same shit you're saying.
No, not about that. He said something about Larry Bird today.
No, because he was like, he was like, I've been telling y'all that the Celtics were going to do this from the start. And he's like,
I've been telling y'all that.
And everybody's getting on me. He's like, when I was there, I thought they cared about championships. I don't see why people are arguing with me that they're a good team.
They're
and
not
they should
a good
run
team.
it back.
They're the biggest waste of talent I've seen in the last 30 years. They're the biggest fucking waste of talent I've seen in the last 30 years. The Boston Celtics. If you think about this, they had All-NBA first team, All-NBA second team, 6th Man of the Year award winner, and two guys made All-Defense second team. They had 5 guys getting postseason awards. No other team had more than 1 or 2. Okay, they had 5. Fucking 5. You have to go back to the 86 Celtics to see a team this decorated. And it was, yeah, because the Bird won the league MVP. Bill Walton won the 6th Man award. Dennis Johnson made All-NBA first team. Kevin McHale made All-NBA. The 86 Celtics are the greatest. They have 5 Hall of Famers on that team. 5. And they all got fucking awards. McHale and Parrish made the All-Star team.
So
it was ridiculous.
You get mad at LeBron for super teams.
That team was built.
5 Hoffs?
That team was built, not bought.
Either way.
Larry, what do you mean? They were built, not bought. They drafted most of those guys.
Those guys didn't do the drafting and building.
Red Auerbach did.
Right.
But I'm saying that team was built, not bought. LeBron buys
Who cares
teams.
how it's put together?
I do. Have some fucking... LeBron should have... If LeBron stayed in Cleveland, he'd probably have 5 or 6 championships. Because they would have come to him. The second a team, the talent starts to go south, he bolts. That's his MO. Look at it up.
Dude, he was there for at least 7 years.
He fucking bolts. Bolts.
Hussein?
Bolts. LeBron. The Bolt. Change him to the Bolt.
Yeah, well.
The exit.
If he had 5 Hall of Famers on his fucking squad,
they stayed together.
He never had that.
If him and he never stayed long enough for. If he stayed with Dwayne Wade in Miami, you kidding me? You think
Dwayne Wade was old, dog?
You think Parrish and McHale weren't old? They were in their 30s in 1986. The fuck you talking about? They were all old.
Dwayne Wade was old. He was not going to build a super team still.
No,
Dwayne Wade was on his way out. He left Miami after that.
Dwayne Wade left after LeBron left.
Right.
After LeBron left.
Right, but he
LeBron went, fuck this!
Wade went to the Bulls.
Fuck. Hey, they look better up there. You know, they'll go back to Cleveland, right back into the conquering
I
era.
felt like Miami broke it down. Like it was like, all right, we've had fun.
I don't think
not 5, not 6,
that was
not
dumb.
7.
By the way, that was the 2nd dumbest thing you ever said.
To me,
dumb.
To me, that was the only thing that I thought he was bad for.
Dumb.
Everybody
Dumbest
else was like the decision. I didn't care about that. I still liked LeBron.
Stupid.
I rooted for LeBron because the Knicks.
Let's get a bunch of little kids out there to show them what a man of the people is. I'm gonna take my talents. I'm gonna take my talents to South Beach. Fuck you.
To me, I didn't mind that, but
take my talents. Take your talents to the men's room.
The hype show. The pep rally they had in the stadium.
Why are you surprised given the decision?
That was the worst part to me. When he did the not 5,
they had to one up the decision.
I'm serious.
They had to one up the decision.
Not 5.
That's how they did it.
Not 6.
Not 7. Not 8.
I'm serious. And he was like, I'm serious. I'm for real.
And then Dirk Nowitzki beats him.
Dude, come on. Who are the Hall of Famers on that team now? Who are the Hall of Famers on that team?
Doesn't matter.
Dirk Nowitzki, J.J. Barea, all-time great. Sean Marion.
I blame him. That's all.
Sean Marion.
See that? There you go.
Hoffer.
That's what.
Brendan Haywood. Hoffer.
Oh, my God.
They had another big guy. Who is it?
Another stiff?
It was Brendan Haywood. They had a second big.
Oh, God. Terrible. Anyway.
Definite Hoffer.
We're going to come back in segment 2. We'll talk Mets baseball. Mets shit sucks. Both 30-30. Who's the worst team of the two right now? I don't know.
Oh, please. Easy.
The Red Sox.
No.
Yes.
Nope.
Really?
No.
From a talent perspective? The Red
No,
Sox are worse.
from a playing the game perspective.
Okay, well, we're going to talk about this in segment
Not
2.
talent. Not
Anyway.
talent. No. The Mets, it's
Do you still have Denver in 5? Are you still
$400
thinking
million
before we
of mediocrity.
break to find Jobu and Yoda? Do you still have Denver in 5? Or are we going 6
No,
now? We think
it's
it's 6.
definite 6.
I think it's 6 now.
And if it and
I think you're right.
With
I hope you're wrong, but I
with
think you're
every
right.
game, they are
Yeah.
in deeper trouble because
I think Miami's
Oh
going
my
to split.
God,
There's going to be a
yeah.
split. It's going to be 2-2 going
if
back.
it's a split, the
There's a
pressure is
split.
still on Denver,
Yes. Yes.
big time,
Yes.
because
Yeah.
this is their series to win. Pressure's on them.
Yeah. And by the way, this just in. The Miami Heat aren't going to quit, you dickheads.
No.
So play, if nothing else, play. Don't fucking be the
entire
Celtics.
game.
Don't fucking be the Boston Celtics on this.
entire
This
game.
is strike 1 for you assholes. Don't be the fucking Celtics on this, you dickheads. Anyway, segment 2, Major League
basketball,
Baseball.
48 minutes, right?
Yes, 40 minutes.
Play the entire 48.
48.
Sorry.
Please,
Go
do
ahead.
us all, do the world a favor, please. Because we're these insufferable Floridians. Go back to the fucking palm trees, you ass clowns. Fucking insufferable. Segment 2 coming up, Major League
DeSantis.
Baseball. And, hey, are the Patriots actually close to signing DeAndre Hopkins? Inquiring minds want to know.
We saw something on Twitter
No, I didn't. We'll talk about it, though, on the other side.
on the other side.